I can eat my dinner if you don't mind.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
if-
This
if-
is an additional meeting of the process committee on May 26th, 2021 at 7:30 p.m. Scheduled to run till 9 p.m. We have, let's see, we have in attendance Patty Garcia and Sharon Abreu and Jane Fuller and myself, Bob O'Connell. We also have at least one member of the public here. And we will stop this meeting at 8:45. Please, if I forget that for some reason, someone please remind me, but we'll stop the meeting at 8:45 to take public a public comment. All right. The purpose of today's meeting is onefold. Sharon, go ahead. And you're
I'm looking at an email saying she can't join the meeting. Should I? Did you know that? I'll just follow her. I'll just forward her the link that
please,
Jane
please
sent.
do. Thank you for helping. I appreciate that. The purpose of today's meeting is onefold, which is to take a look at is to try to pass out today a declaration of community values and to prepare to send that on to the full commission for tomorrow morning's docket. If we do pass such a thing, I will send it out immediately after this meeting to everyone in the commission, and we will go from there. Megan has taken a couple of documents that themselves were shaken down from other documents that many of us have contributed to, and has delivered to us a proposed declaration of community values. I don't know how the rest of you felt about it, but I was encouraged. It looked good to me. I'm eager to hear what you all have to say. You may have noticed that I did add, go ahead.
after
go
you
ahead,
through,
Patty.
I was just putting my hand up for after.
Okay. You may have noticed that I added a proposed final section in there, which we will get to, that I hope the committee will consider adding, because it adds a little bit of meat, maybe, to the whole thing. Yes, Patty.
Can I go ahead and share the screen, because there's so few of us will see us on the side, I think.
I'd say please do. Thank you.
So we'll share it with,
And-
which one is it? Let's see. I think it's this one.
And you will recall that we passed findings. I think it was yesterday, whenever we had the meeting. Yeah. And they're noted over there. Yes, thank you. That's the whole thing. I can actually
Yeah.
read it. Okay. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Do we have any more participants? It looks like we might. Sharon. Oh, Micheline has come in, and Ben, Bama, and Jane.
Okay.
Let's see. We don't have anybody that I need to admit. They all got in. So
At the moment.
all right. So let's see. We have Sharon and Patty and myself, and Jane is here. She's just her picture isn't here. So we have 4 of us, which is a quorum. So all we need to pass something, well, we need 3 of us to pass something, and hopefully it'll be 4 of us, because I would like very much for us to incorporate everybody's ideas into any changes that need to be made. I will start off by saying that Megan herself suggested that in the last section, which I proposed to add, that we don't use capital V for values, that we use regular small v. I certainly accept that. And if we could make that change now, that would take care of her. She liked this last bit that I'd added, but she did say that she thought that would be changed. All right. Now that now comports with what Megan wanted. Can we now go down and find out how other people, generally how they feel about this, and then whether or not they have any specific alterations, amendments to this particular document. Let's see, can we, how about we start with Patty? Can you tell us how you feel
Okay,
about it?
yeah, I do want to say that because having gone through the exercise of trying to pull all of our things together, it was great to have Megan's fresh outlook on this. The one thing that I really wanted to address was the fact that we started out with this being supposedly a Bill of Rights for nature, but in statement of values of, so this isn't a statement of community values for nature. It is now a statement of community values, which I totally appreciate. And so she's gotten community, economy, and climate. I kind of like in the climate, there is the word economy, which, you know, we've already got economy here, and I know it's part of it, but we want to
Where is that?
down here, this
Where's
one.
the, oh yeah, I see it. I see it.
I guess I can't
Stewardship of our
highlight
county
it
for the good of both, for the good.
there.
How do other
And-
people feel about that? Well, I'm sorry, go ahead, Patty. I'll wait until. you
Okay,
say
I
that.
just
Go
I
ahead.
just wanted to say that I wanted to see, you know, having fought with this, and I totally think that what Megan has done here will bring it as something. I'm not totally sure we need your thing at the bottom yet, but I think Megan has brought something that could pass, you know, which is a big thing, because what we were doing with the Bill of Rights, I mean, we wanted it to pass, but it would have been difficult, really difficult. I just don't want to take the emphasis off nature that we had. And I don't think, you know, Megan hasn't been in our process for a long time. And so she's coming looking at it fresh. I think it's great what she did. I just don't want to lose the nature side of it. And the other comment about putting your thing at the bottom, I'm not sure it's necessary. It's sort of a, okay, this is how it becomes accountable. I'm just really me. I don't really think it's necessary, but that's me. Okay. So those are my opinions.
Patty, the reason that I'm suggesting adding that is because I have heard a couple of times Kevin and other people say that if we put something in the charter, even if it's not a command, we can't command them to do this. Though that's why it says we ask the county council. If we put something in there, they would be hard pressed to ignore it. If in fact they actually did that, this value statement would have some impression on what happens in our county. You know, and especially if they followed our suggestion that they report on it periodically about how their actions were in keeping with our specific stated values. That's what I was looking for, and that's why I have suggested it. But you know, I whatever people want. I see it's going.
I'm only saying that that, you know, there's declarations of values, and I totally see where you're coming from. This will give what we say there a little more teeth, power, that we really want to be taken seriously. And so,
Patty,
yeah, it's
what can we do about your other comment about economy? I definitely see where you're coming from in there. This is the section on climate and ecosystems. Why is the economy mentioned when we have a whole paragraph right above it on economy? We're going to.
I would like to see the word nature in there, but
let's see, for the good of
instead,
both
I
our
mean, I don't
community.
know.
How about both our community and something about the ecosystem or nature? Just
Or the natural. What did we have?
both
What
our
did we have,
community.
Sharon? We said something about the natural.
How about our community and our environment?
Wait a minute. Didn't
I want to get away from environment,
Okay, nature.
but
I'm
yeah, I
good.
think didn't we just say nature?
we had
Or natural. We said natural world.
natural world. Let's see.
Both our
Both
economy
community
and the natural world.
Yes.
the.
That's what we said this morning. Yeah.
Well, the natural world is already stated in the first sentence. I think nature is sufficient.
Oh,
Okay.
I do too.
I'm
I
good
do
with
too.
that.
That's great. Okay, so we taken care of that part for you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And we'll deal with the bottom thing as we go on and see how other people feel about it.
Right.
If it's okay with you, then can we go on with the next person on my
Oh,
list here? Yes, ma'am.
one other thing.
Yes.
Because I didn't think that this fit under ecosystem, I didn't quite know what to do, which is why I just put the little asterisk there, just to separate them.
Oh, yes, it should be separate.
I
Yeah.
don't know quite how
The-
else to do
There,
that.
there should be another, just either separated by space or
Yes, some kind of title.
another little title. We'll think of something if we decide to keep it. Yes,
Okay.
thank you. And so the next person, as I go down this column, would be you, Sharon. How do you feel about this in general? And do you have any specific changes you suggest?
I looked at it earlier today, and I thought it was really good and succinct. The only thing I had just a question about, because this was pointed out to me, who was it that pointed this out? Like a week or two ago, that Washington State has a prediction for population growth of each county,
Oh, that was me.
and it oh, it was you, okay.
Yes.
And didn't it actually had the population starting to go down by a certain point.
Yes.
So I thought, well, so I looked at population growth and I said, well, maybe we shouldn't say that, because what if somebody says, oh, well, you're wrong, it's going to start going down. But, our own county's prediction is for growth between now and 2036. So I think we should go with that.
Yeah, and Sharon, I want to say that the figures I looked up and saw did have us going up until about then, and then a kind of a recession of population. So we will have to deal with an increased population. So I think that's good. I think it's okay. That's my opinion.
Yes, I agree.
Do you have anything else that you'd like to see changed? How do you feel in general about it?
I like it.
Okay. Well, then in that case, Jane, how about you? How do you feel about this document that she's produced, and if you like it, are there some changes you'd like to have?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I do like it.
And are you
I
there?
feel like
If you're-
I feel like. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
sure.
I've had some unstable internet connection tonight. So can you hear me okay, or should I turn my video
No,
off?
I can hear you
Good.
fine.
Yeah, you were breaking up just a little bit, but
I know
we can
it's
hear
been
you.
happening. It's been happening all evening. I apologize. If I am, just let me know and I'll turn my video off. No, I like it. I appreciate it. I appreciate what she's attempted
Yes,
to
ma'am.
do, given the given the challenges we had, and so I'm pleased with it. I would be prepared to move out of this meeting voting in favor of it, and bringing it to the full commission. I would say
Did other people understand Jane at the end there? I did not understand what she said.
I hear her fine.
can you hear me now, Bob? Bob?
Maybe it's at your end, Bob.
Bob's frozen.
You're frozen. Yeah,
Bob,
I think
hello,
it's
Bob.
Bob's end.
we lost our chair.
You're frozen.
Let's wait till we see if we can get him back. Hey, Bob,
Yeah.
Mr. Chair.
You might have to sign out and sign back in.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. While he's absent or temporarily, why don't I just talk you two through, and Patty, it's your screen. You could potentially, just sort of mark where I'm going to offer a couple suggestions,
Right.
and just so that Bob can see them. So, because I would like to get this out of our committee tonight, and I'd like to do it
Me
before
too.
9 o'clock.
I think we do it way before 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
So yes,
exactly.
good.
So I just want to say, first of all, I'm satisfied with Declaration of Community Values. I'm very much satisfied with it. I feel like
Me
it
too.
works given the categories we have here, which are, you could argue that climate ecosystem are pretty darn important and fundamental to all of this. I would support that.
There
Oh,
you
there's Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
There you are.
I'm back. I'm back. Sorry, I don't know what that was about, but
No, it's-
Jane, are
I
you
had the
back?
same problem. I didn't go anywhere. You did.
Okay, thank you. All right,
Right.
Jane, you were commenting. I'd asked you what you felt about it in general and whether you had any specific changes.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just saying that what I was just saying to Sharon and Patty was that I like it. I like the way it's been broken down, but the way it's been sort of synthesized within each part of it. I like the title, Declaration of Community Values. I think that's reflective of what it presents. I would suggest just literally about 3 word changes.
Tell me them.
What are those?
Yeah, so the first sentence, the people of San Juan County, Washington declare our commitment, it says, to a diverse community, sustainable economy, and flourishing ecosystem. All I would suggest is that at the beginning, before community, we say a safe and inclusive community, which is consistent with that resolution passed last year. Okay, because we talk about diversity in the paragraph below. So I would just
Do
suggest
you want to
instead of-
say diverse, comma, safe, or safe?
No,
I mean, is it go
I would-
after diverse,
no, I would
or you want
remove
to take
diverse.
away diverse?
I'd remove diverse, and I would say safe
Okay,
and
that's-
inclusive community. All right, because in the
Sounds good.
paragraph below, you have diverse. All right, and for me, the safe and inclusive is consistent with the resolution 31 that was passed last year by the county council. So I think there's really good sort of linkage there. Just let me say one more.
I think it's
point.
much better myself.
Okay,
I'm
so
for
one
it.
more point on that first sentence that speaks to the comment that Sharon made to us earlier in an email today. I'm gonna suggest something different than what I suggested before about how we describe the economy. I would suggest resilient economy and we could say sustainable and flourishing ecosystem and climate. So
I'm
I would
okay
say
with that.
I'm suggesting, because what we really, 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 really care about is a sustainable ecosystem and climate. I mean, Sharon had suggested a slightly other verbiage there, but I think let's just say resilient economy. Okay, let's have an economy that's resilient. We can all survive with the economy as it evolves and manifests, all the rest of it in our existing conditions. But fundamentally, if we don't have a sustainable ecosystem and climate,
Is this the way you want to see it?
yeah, that's just a proposal. So whatever you
Okay,
guys think of that.
I think that Sharon has a comment about this specific thing. Is that right,
Yeah.
Sharon? Okay, would you go
Yeah,
ahead?
I actually did submit a comment about that because I don't know what a flourishing climate is. I know what a flourishing ecosystem is. So I suggested we put flourishing ecosystem and stable climate.
Aha.
Is that
Yeah,
acceptable to you, Jane?
well, that's she raises a really important point. Sorry, I'm just putting I'm going into my relaxed mode. I would, instead of climate, then there. I mean, I know and I want to hear Patty on this, but in the work that I do, we talk about a sustainable environment, right? But I know Patty's got a bit of an issue there. But
I have more of an issue with climate than I do with environment. I just didn't want to see environment used instead of the world or whatever.
gotcha.
That's all.
So
It's
so
the
my
catchwords.
so I like flourishing ecosystem. And from my professional work, sustainable environment is is language I've been living and breathing in my work for the last 30 years. So I wonder if instead of climate, we say sustainable environment, which is,
And flourishing ecosystem.
Yeah.
So take away stable then,
yeah, I would,
because that would,
And environment would climate would just be subsumed by
exactly,
environment, right?
exactly.
Let's do that. Shall we do that? Anybody have a
If
problem
you
with that?
guys,
okay, this is what that looks like.
I
'Cause this
thought
is
she
the
meant
way-
move. I thought she meant move the environment after the word sustainable. Isn't that what you wanted?
Stable
Yeah,
environment
yeah,
and
so-
flourishing ecosystem. Oh,
Move-
okay.
Move environment
This is-
after
I
the word
would-
sustainable,
That's why I'm doing this in
I would
front of
s-
you.
and then a
yeah,
period
I would
after.
say
ecosystem.
flourishing. Sorry, Patty, hold on one sec. I would suggest sustainable in front of environment, but leave flourishing ecosystem first.
Oh, flourishing ecosystem and
Okay.
sustainable environment,
Environment,
period,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Sharon, that
yeah,
okay with you?
Just a minute, let's
Yeah,
see what it
that's
looks
okay.
like.
It's okay, okay. And flourishing system and sustainable, there's two N's in there, so you got to take one of them out before flourishing.
I know there are, so in some, oh, here, sorry.
Yeah.
There are two N's in that sentence, but there were three N's in that sentence.
Now there's one too many. Let's put it that way. And
Okay,
flourishing
so-
ecosystem and sustainable environment. Everybody
Or
good
do
with that?
Or do we want to say comma here without the and? I mean, does that look better? I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
I think it does
Yeah.
look better. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Now let's Jane, we're not finished with you. You probably have more comments, right?
Not
do you?
many more, not many more, because I looked at what it says under community and I really don't, I don't have any immediate issues with that. And let's see, the other one, I had one or two others. An economy that encourages.
I have a point here while Jane is thinking, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Bob,
Go ahead.
I'm hoping that this meeting won't be all that long, and I would like to hear from our people before we actually vote. So
Yeah.
instead of
That is
waiting
a good
for 10
idea.
minutes
That
tonight,
is a good. How about if we do this? We get all the way through and get what we have all kind of agreed about through the way that we've gone through, but we haven't voted on it yet, and find out what they think. And because we shouldn't pass up the opportunity to have these good folks, enlighten us about things
Wait.
we're missing. So, okay. Jane, is there anything else right now that you can think of that you want to suggest? Any changes?
I'm just looking one last time.
I love the way this is going, by the way. It was really the right thing to have Megan do this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's really
Oh,
pulled
yeah.
it all together.
Why don't we let you think on a bit? I will get back with you when we're done talking to Sharon. Okay, Jane?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, Sharon, what do you got? How do you feel about it generally?
What do you
Nothing?
want? What do you
Eh,
want?
eh.
I like it.
Okay, you love it, and there's right now you don't have any suggested changes. All right, we're back to you, Jane.
Okay,
Put something here. We need to put something here,
Where?
right where those.
Oh, a
these
name
asterisks
for that.
are.
Yeah. Let's see. We asked.
so I do have a comment on that.
Good, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I mean, I really appreciate the intent you have with
Yeah.
regard to this statement. I'm putting my kind of local governance hat on here and
Mhm.
my government bureaucrat hat, that both of which I've worn throughout my career. And I just, I think if we put this to the full commission, they're going to say it doesn't quite fit in a declaration. And I'm going to say that because of, some of the experience I've had in the work we've been doing for the past 4 months. And I would say that it wouldn't stand. It doesn't have stead, if you will. And we can't, by making a declaration, we can't really be asking the county council to do something, nor can we be asking elected officials to do something. And in fact, if we think of this charter as our constitution, that in and of itself obligates those who work for the county government in either an elected or appointed capacity to uphold the content of the constitution of the county. And so
Got you.
in a way, I feel it's redundant really to be asking them that, because
I have a suggestion,
yeah.
if that's okay. Well, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
you weren't through. I interrupted you.
Yeah,
again.
no,
I'm
that's
sorry.
okay. That's about all I had to say. I'm not sure it fits, and
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the full commission's gonna go.
Here's
um,
my suggestion. This would be beautiful as a recommendation to the council.
Sure.
In other words, we put these values in, and then we add to that list of recommendations. Hey, council, do this. Consider these values that we put over here. And it would be acceptable to me to take it out if we added it as a recommendation. How about that, folks?
Which one? Just talking about the last part?
Yeah,
not the whole thing.
right, right. Just the last part that I had added in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What I
Asking the
removed.
council.
I'm so comfortable with that, Bob. You know, I had a problem with it and yeah,
Okay,
I'm really
yeah.
comfortable.
Jane, okay with you? Recommendation?
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
Sharon, okay?
Yes.
Are we there?
I think so.
I think we're there.
Let's
think
get
we're
on
there.
It's
public
time for
comment.
public comment.
All right, all right. Can you, Patty, can you save that last thing and put it in the
Yeah.
form of recommendation so that we'll have that when we go tomorrow? Because it'll be one of the things we'll want to add. That is a recommendation, not part of this,
Yeah.
but as a separate thing. Thank you so much. All right. Well, in that case, I know we're ahead of time here, but can I ask for any public input? We have two people here. Micheline and Ben are here, a couple of old faithfuls. And so they've been here throughout. And so Micheline, what comment do you have for us?
First of all, thank you. A
Thank
big
you.
smile on my face. I first was a little worried about economy because I took out all the words and just thought encourage growth, encourage development, encourage tourism, because that's my bias. And
yeah.
then when you put in flourishing ecosystem, it like worked then. I like that you added the word nature. I like that you took out that bottom phrase and put it in the recommendations. I have three words. Job well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I can't tell you how much we love hearing that.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm gonna miss you guys.
Oh man.
It's been so nice since the isolation of COVID, just to come here and just touch base with people. It's just been wonderful.
What are we gonna do?
I
We're
don't know,
gonna
maybe we had to meet and have
We're
barbecues
gonna
or
meet
something.
I was gonna say, usually we'll meet with you anytime.
And
All right,
how,
thank you again. Thank you and
thank you
congratulations.
so much, Micheline.
Thank you,
Ben, do
Micheline.
you have a comment?
Yes, I do. Hi, thank you very
Hi.
much. I'm not sure if this is an official meeting or not, but Ben
It
Bama,
is.
San Juan Island. Anyway, I want to say that again, good job. Thank you as always for your hard work and your dedication and seeing it through and for allowing the public comment. I also want to say that I think it turned out very well. Despite all of our individual biases and what we would like to see and all of our
Yeah.
ideals, I think that it probably strikes a balance that everyone can find some common ground on. So, maybe not everyone wants to see tourism or, but we're not going to get rid of it. So we need to include it. So, and I do also agree with the taking the last part out and adding it as a recommendation. When it was in there, it felt like, sort of felt like adding pretty please to the end of it. And
Yeah.
it felt like it sort of
Yeah.
took some oomph out of it, like it was adding
Wow,
please
okay.
to the end of the 10 Commandments. It has it just has it stands on its own better without that. So
Great.
it's been a pleasure to work with you guys. Well, not to work with you, but to witness this, to have some limited input, and it's been a journey. I've learned a lot, a whole lot about how this whole process works, and it gave me a bit of a reality check on a lot of things. So again, thank you so much for your dedication and your passion and sticking this through to the end. So
Thank
care.
you so much, Ben. Okay, we'll close public comment now, and I'll ask if there is a motion regarding acceptance of this proposed Declaration of Community Values. Do I have a motion?
Motion so moved.
Motion from Jane and a second. I think Patty got there slightly before.
That's all right.
Got it.
Jane
So
is
a
there.
second from Patty. Is there further discussion regarding it? If there's no further discussion,
Oh,
then it's
Mr.
time-
Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
my only further discussion would be to say that I think when we present this tomorrow, because I'm going to assume we're about to vote positively on it, that we can very legitimately say that constituents who voted for us bore witness to this experience and contributed to it meaningfully, and that we valued their perspective and
Oh, yeah.
insights. So deep respect to them for journeying with us in this. So yeah.
Thank you, Jane, for that comment. And if I don't remember to say that, please pipe up yourself and
Sure.
and add that in. If there's no further comment and seeing none, let's take a vote on this. All in favor of the motion to adopt this proposed amendment to the charter, say aye. Raise your hand and say aye.
I
Aye. It is unanimous. This is a unanimous vote. Thank you so much, everybody. I think that we're done. Patty, could I ask you one more thing? Could you possibly send this out or send it to me so I can send it out? I'd be
Sure.
fine with you sending it out. Everyone has to receive it and they have to know that we voted unanimously for it. And I assume that recommendation included the
It's part of it.
what the last part, what's it called? A recommend that this included the recommend.
The motion. Yeah.
So we voted 4-0 for both the proposed amendment and the recommendation
Exactly.
to be added to the recommendation list.
Yeah.
And I am so happy.
Mr. Chair, I have one question though. One final
Yes,
question.
ma'am.
Just by way of clarification in our meeting tomorrow, in terms of where the placement of this declaration of community value should go in the charter, we are likely to be asked that question, and we will all recall Bill Apple's email the other day that said, where would this be? Okay, so now we have an acknowledgement, that'll be the first thing, then there will be a preamble, and so then we've got this declaration, where on earth would it sit, right? So I don't have an answer to that question, and I'm interested to know what you all think, but I'm pretty sure we can expect that to be asked.
I have a proposal. That would be after the preamble.
Yeah, okay.
That's my proposal.
Okay.
How do you all feel about that? Either at the beginning or at the end.
Yeah, after the preamble.
Yeah.
Should be at the beginning.
So we'll propose that then? Did it
Yeah.
go? We're going to go after the preamble. Thank you
Yeah.
for bringing that up, Jane. And Patty, you're going to take care of sending that out to everybody. Hallelujah.
I will do that.
See you all
Hallelujah.
tomorrow at
Yeah.
10 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Good
Should
work.
we acknowledge Megan's help on that?
Of course.
In some
Oh,
way?
Yeah.
absolutely. We should.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll explain, I guess, in what I send out.
say-
I'll just
say something
explain the
about that.
process. Yeah, and
how
it's
helpful
supposed
she
to
was.
go to everybody in the commission, right?
Everybody on the
And-
commission.
And
it-
Catherine and Megan.
That's right. Catherine and Olivia and Kevin, and then all of the other commission members. I suppose we
Yeah.
should send it to
And-
ourselves also, so we have a record
Well,
of it.
Oh, and I
There's-
suppose I should send it to Randy, or should I?
Well, actually, the SJC CRC email address has all of those people on it. So if
I
you
don't-
send it,
How do I do that?
okay, so the email address is,
Do I just say SJC or what? I have
it should pop up. Just one moment. I'll put it in the chat
I've seen
right
that.
now.
Yeah.
Just put it in the chat so you've got it. One moment. I've got to find an email that has it in there. There we go. Okay, so Patty, I'm just putting it in the chat now.
Yeah,
This is the
I'm gonna
email
copy it.
address. Yeah, this is the email address you're going to want to use, because that email address includes Megan, includes Catherine, includes Livia, Kevin, everybody, and Randy and Amy Vera. from the
But
PA.
you know what,
Wonderful.
Jane? You know what, Jane? I don't think it does include Megan. I think
Yeah,
Megan has an address that's outside of that.
I confirmed with Catherine
Yeah.
yesterday. It includes her.
Oh, it does. Good,
Yeah.
good, good.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So she now has one. Because did
Good.
you see all of my messages about the fact that it was going straight to my junk mail?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
she
yes.
actually doesn't have a sanjuanco.com email address. It's only her Gmail address, but Catherine confirmed for me that she is
She
on
is.
she's on that master email address.
Good,
Thank
good,
you.
Yeah.
good. Thank you, thank
Yeah,
you.
she's included in that. So
So And I will, you will have, will you, tomorrow, I'll present, and Patty, will you bring the screen up and everything?
I'll share a
The one-
screen. Sure.
The one we just worked at, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
And then we'll get it done in short order. Oh, man, thank you so much, you guys. You have been great, and your brains have helped to bring us to where we are. Thank you again, and we'll see you
Congrats.
tomorrow, right?
Thank
Do I have
you.
a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Early. Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
All
Aye.
right.
Twice.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye, guys.
Good
See you
night,
Thanks,
tomorrow.
everyone.
Bye. See you
night.
tomorrow.
8:18.